Welcome to Byte and Beyond with Uday. In this video, we will cover ddl-auto none. So let's begin. None meaning nothing. Okay. So let's read the what I can say the first point of the none section or none property. When the app starts, Hibernate does nothing with your database, schema, or tables. Okay. I mean, none meaning nothing. I mean, we are telling Hibernate, hey Hibernate, just sit there. Do not, don't do anything. Okay, we are giving this kind of instruction to Hibernate. Don't do anything. Okay, so meaning none. But we have issue with the none. Okay, before we go to the none, let me demonstrate one example for the validate as well. So for the validate as well, our DB should be available. Our sorry, our database should be or sorry, I mean our table should be available. So let me drop these tables. Drop these tables. Drop two tables. Drop now. Okay. Now you can see these two tables are deleted. And if I start my application, I will get the exception. That is correct because for the validate as well, my table should be or my schema should be available in the database. Okay, so yeah, this is also failed. Now let's jump back to the validate once again. So none is also same. Validate basically at least validate that our two entity I mean, there is no difference between our entity and table. But none do nothing. Neither it creates the tables nor it validates. Meaning it don't do anything. So let me update my property to none. Okay, this is none. And let me start my application. I will get the exception this time as well. Or I might I might not get any exception. Why? Because I have told to Hibernate that don't do anything. Okay. So you can see one difference. In validate, we were getting the exception that employee table not exist. But in none, we are not getting any exception. Okay. We don't have any tables over here. You might thinking that let me drop this schema as well. Okay. Drop now. And even if I start, the schema will be created because schema is controlled by this statement. Create database if not exist is equal to true. So it will create a schema. So that is fine. That is not part of this topic. We are focused on this one. None. So creating a schema, creating a database is a bit different. We are focused. Our agenda of this topic is the ddl-auto properties. Okay. So now it is set to none. Okay, our database will be there because I have mentioned it is controlled by the another field, create database if not exist. Okay, so this is the different topic. That is the different topic. Let me set this schema as default. This is default, but you can see even my DB is database is created, but I don't see any tables. And if I try to execute this select statement, I will get the error. See, employee table does not exist. So this is the issue, not a issue. This is the expected behavior because we are telling over here Hibernate that hey, don't do anything. Do not create, update, validate, nothing. Don't do anything. Just sit there. I don't need you. I don't need your help. That's what we are saying over here by saying none. If you are declared none, We are saying don't do anything, just sit right there. I can handle things on my own. I am the in charge. I am the captain. So, yeah, that's what we are saying. And it is not, throwing any exception. In validate, it was throwing an exception, but in none, it don't do anything. But this time, yeah, we don't have any tables as well. And this time, if I try to, try to get my employees, let's see what happens. See, we are getting internal server error because our application is trying to talk with the database and there is no table. Our application go to the MySQL database. Hey, MySQL, I want to fetch record from the employee table. Then MySQL says, hey, what are you telling? What are you saying? What are you saying? I don't have employee table in employee demo database. Are you, what I can say? Are you mad? I don't have it. I don't have employee table. So that's what MySQL server is saying to application. So application, what is happening over here? When we send the get button, I mean this get APIs, we are trying to fetch the all the employees from our database. So our application, Spring Boot application, go to the MySQL and it asks MySQL that, hey MySQL, do you have employee database? So MySQL says no, I don't have MySQL that I don't have employee table. So that's what MySQL is saying over here that hey, you come to me by asking, do you have employee table? But I'm sorry, I don't have the employee table. Employee table does not exist. That's what he's saying. Employee demo is our database name, and employee is our table name as per our entity, employee entity. So this is the even though we are able to successfully start our application, but when you perform any operation, it will fail because those tables, uh, those tables and those data, or I mean even the tables data, nothing is available. You know, we need to create everything by ourselves with none. Okay, even though our application starts fine, but when we perform the operation, even though post operation, we will get the exception because we don't have any database. I mean, we don't have any table, employee table. See, 500 internal server error. This time we have tried to save the employee record in our table, but we got the exception. The message is same. The employee sequence is not available, does not exist. Okay. Employee sequence is for to generate the employee primary key. So this is the complaint from the MySQL that hey Spring Boot, I don't have any tables with me. Okay, so this is it for the none. But then what can we do if we don't have tables in our database? What can we do? We can do one thing. We can create the tables on our own using the SQL query. So whenever we have none, we need to create tables and everything from by ourselves. So for that, I have created a few SQL queries. I have prepared few SQL queries. Let me explain is it. So this first SQL query is for the create employee table. Then the second one is the create employee sequence table for our primary key. And over here I am inserting initial value, which is 1. Okay. So let me execute all this statement at the same time. If I select all the statement at once, first this statement will execute. then the second one, and then the last one, insert one. So if I refresh, you can see I still don't have any database until I execute this button. So let me execute. See, we can see three statement has been fired. First one is create employee table. Second one is create employee sequence table, and then we are inserting, you know, initial value which is one. Now if I refresh, I should be able to see the tables. See, now I can expand. We have employee and employee sequence table. Okay, and if I hit the select over here, I should be able to see the employee table over here. And now if I try to save employee, I should be able to save completely fine. Oh, it is failing because I haven't started my application yet. So let me start my application. Even on start as well, we won't face any issue, because none meaning it don't do anything. Hibernate don't do anything. Okay. It's our responsibility to create all the tables by ourselves using those SQL queries which we have just did. So our application started successfully, and if I now hit my post API, we will able to create an employee. See, I can see 201 employee created, that we can verify by going into the database. I'm executing the select statement, and you can see I have one entry for John Doe. And if I try to get those employee, earlier we were facing 500, but now we can fetch that record because now the table is available. Okay, see, and yeah, we can see all the select statement over here. This one, this two statement, I mean this three statement for the post API when we have tried to save the employees, and the last one is for the get APIs. Okay, when we have tried to fetch all the employees from our employee table. So yeah, let's go to the PPT. So let's go through these points once again. What is none? When the app start, Hibernate does nothing with your database, schema, or tables. So that we have seen whenever we were starting application, Hibernate were not doing anything. It was just sitting there. Okay, because we have told Hibernate don't do anything. And then the second point is table must already exist. Yes, that is true, because even though we were able to start our application, but when we were trying to fetch our records or try to save records in the database, we were getting the exception that hey, table is not available. So in that case, we need to create the tables by ourselves using those SQL queries. And in which case we can use this none? We can use in production. Some some companies or some team might use a none property for ddl-auto, but I think validate is much better than none. But it is up to the team or up to the company which field they want to use as per their use case. But as per my personal opinion, validate is far more better than none, because if there is something missing in the table, we will get the exception. So validate is much better. But yeah, none is also can use during our production life cycle. I mean, when we make our application live or when we send our application in production. Okay. In this case, none is also helpful. What is example? You need to create tables manually with SQL that we already did. Hibernate will just use them. Yes, that is correct. Hibernate is was just using our database. When we have created those tables manually, then Hibernate was just using those tables. That's it. So that is it for DDL Auto None. If you found this video helpful, then please share, subscribe, like, comment.